Welcome back to Ask Diz. I'm Diz, and this is the show where I answer your most pressing running questions. Let's do this. Today's question comes from Peter, and Peter asks, what is your go-to gear for a really long run? Hey Peter, thank you for the question. It's an interesting question, one that I think that really you can go a long way, and I might have a bit more of a boring answer than most folks, because I like to think that I'm kind of low maintenance. I don't know, maybe not. We'll run through the list of standard stuff, and then we'll kind of talk about maybe some extreme situations. So, outside of the normal stuff, obviously shoes, socks, shorts, things like that. The clothing items that you're going to wear pretty much no matter what. Obviously, got, plan on wearing shoes, socks, shorts, heart rate strap, things like that for my long runs. But outside of that, I'm pretty simple, I think. Really only have one kind of go-to pieces of equipment, which is my hydration pack. Which my hydration pack, I don't like the Camelback types of deal with the hose and the straw, because I'm not one that's going to tear that apart and clean it regularly. And even though I'm not much of a germaphobe, I've used those before. And when I see the funk that kind of builds up in the hose, and I'm just drinking my water through that, not so much. So I have the Orange Mud vest pack. That comes with water bottles that obviously fit in the water bottle holders. I have this one that's got the double barrel, and I also have a single barrel for shorter runs. So that's pretty much my only real piece of gear that's a constant with me. And I love the pack for a couple reasons. One, it's got two little pockets that sit in the front. Obviously, this goes around your shoulders, so it sits kind of right here on your chest, which is great for putting a phone in the pocket. You can put your keys in there, wallet, ID, anything that you might need out and about on a run, right there. It's got little pockets that are up on the straps. You can put some food in there, some gels, some fuel. I sometimes, for like a race day, if I'm using my pack during a race, which I typically do, I'll stick like some Tailwind, a Tailwind packet up there, so that later I can mix up my own fuel concoction as opposed to relying on whatever the race provides. But really, that's about it. Again, but then I feel like there's some obvious things as well. Like I said, heart rate strap, I'm almost always going to wear that. I'm going to have my watch on so I can track my miles, and obviously keep an eye on my heart rate as well. Make sure I'm staying in my zones, being more of a heart rate training type of person, Maffetone style runner. I don't very often go above my heart rate limits unless I'm trying to do some type of workout. So I've got those things going on for me. If I'm running solo, I've probably got some headphones, which, whether it's the AirPods, which I used to go with regularly, but my battery life on those has gotten short, so I'm using some Aftershocks now. Kind of like them, but I'm not sold on them. I'll probably end up getting another pair of earbuds at some point. But I'm cheap as well, so it's kind of like, well, I don't need them right now because I got the Aftershocks and those work well enough, I guess. But that's pretty much it. If I'm running with a friend, then I'm not taking headphones because I'm running with somebody. We're going to talk and we're going to chat and we're going to, maybe run in silence for some points, but I'm not that guy that's like, oh, I'm running with somebody, let me put my music on. Like that just doesn't seem right to me. So, my go-to gear for a long run, shorts, socks, shoes, heart rate strap, Garmin watch, Orange Mud pack, with water bottles for hydration throughout the run. Cell phone, just in case, especially if I'm running with headphones and I got my podcasts, audiobooks, music, things like that on the cell phone, so I'm good to go there. And that's pretty much it in general. But then, of course, what about extraneous situations? What about if it looks like it might be kind of rainy and cold? Well, then I might take some type of a rain jacket. If it's going to be sunny out, I'm probably going to have a hat or a visor, certainly some sunglasses to try to keep the sun off my face, things like that. Maybe gloves, maybe arm warmers, just depending on the weather, what the conditions are. If I'm going really, really long, I don't know, maybe I would have some type of food with me. Probably not, but maybe like a picky bar, some type of granola bar, something that's easy to take with me and eat along the way. But I don't know. I feel like that makes me fairly low maintenance. Although the more I say it, I don't know. Maybe I'm pretty high maintenance when it comes to it. But that's my gear. That's my setup. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Takes about 5 minutes to get ready in the morning, other than filling up water bottles, which I guess that takes about 6 minutes total. So it takes a minute for a water bottle. So 6-7 minutes in the morning, and I'm good to go. Pretty low key, I think. No real chafing stuff that I use. No fancy other products. I mean, that's it. That's my gear for the long run. So, Peter, I'd be curious to know what your gear situation is, and everybody else. What do you do when it comes to gear for longer runs, training runs, races, things of that nature? Let me know down in the comments. So, I'd love to compare, contrast, and find out if I'm as low maintenance as I think I am, or if maybe I'm a bit more high-end maintenance when it comes to the stuff that I need for the long run that are really more wants than needs. But that's another discussion for another day. So, Peter, thank you for the question. Hope that was a good answer for you. If you want to check out any of the products listed, I'll have links down below in the description of this video as well. Maybe affiliate links, maybe not. Depends on what kind of links I can find. But I'll have links to all the products that I use on a regular basis down in the description of this episode, so you can click over, check out what I use, see if it might be something that you'd like to add to your arsenal as well. So, with that, we'll go ahead and start to stick a fork into this one. If you have other questions, Peter, let me know. If anybody else has questions that you'd like to get featured in a future episode of the show, let me know. AskDiz@dizruns.com is the email to send your question. You can send a text message. You can send a text version of the question, or better yet, record a voicemail of you asking your own question. Send it to the same address, AskDiz@dizruns.com, and we'll get you featured on a future upcoming episode of the Ask Diz show. So with that, Peter, thanks you again for the question. And until next time, happy running. Be well out there. Take care.